Hello and welcome to this masterclass on manifestation burnout. You're trying hard, but it's just not working. And, my name's Kat Wilton, and I know exactly how that feels because I first came across wanting to manifest about 8 years ago when I left my corporate job and started out in the world of entrepreneurship. And I discovered personal development and manifestation, and I was like, wow, what a world I was stepping into. And I spent the next good few years, up until about a year and a half ago, actually, desperately trying to manifest things that are just not working out the way that I thought it should. And I want to the purpose of this class is to share with you the things that I think were the things that were missing back then that led me to frustration and overwhelm and burnout with manifesting, and just kind of like wanting to throw the towel in, because it can get like that, can't it? Most certainly. So and I think the first thing that we could touch on is why are you manifesting in the first place? Why did I stop manifesting in the first place? And I think we all, if you're here, I'm guessing it's probably something similar to me, and that is that you're experiencing a feeling of, or a knowing that there should be more to life than you're living right now. That's pretty much what happened to me. So I woke up one day and it was just, I had this feeling in my gut. It was just like, it's got to be more to life than this. Am I really going to sit at this desk every day for the rest of my life? Is this it? That's it. I'm just going to get up and go to work and go home and pay bills and socialize. Is that all life? It's got to be more than that too, surely. So that was kind of the start of my journey, and manifesting, So I'm guessing yours is probably similar. There's something in your life that isn't going the way that you want it to. There is something in your life, or there's something from inside of you that's calling out to you and saying that there's more to life than this. So, and you may well be looking externally to yourself, from yourself, and thinking that actually, which is where I was, and thinking that stuff out there is the stuff that's going to make you happy. So, wanting a new house or a new car or holidays or, £1 million in the bank, or a new relationship, the man of your dreams, or the dream job. Those things external to you are the things that are going to make you happy. And really that is what is taught to us in kind of the usual steps that are taught to us in manifestation are, what is it that you want? Write a goal down, create a vision board, do some visualization, create a mind movie, write some affirmations, journal, and just kind of, stay focused on what it is that you want. Work hard and you'll get there. And it's not the case, is it? It's not the case for most people. And that's what I spent most of the last 8 years, 6 of the last 8 years doing, 6.5. It just doesn't, for most people, it doesn't work. And there's a very good reason why it doesn't work. Because we focus on the asking. We focus on the what do I want? What do I want? What am I asking for? I want the car. That's what I want. I'm going to focus on it. And actually, in focusing on it daily, every day, for the average person, all that does is create all that wanting and desperately wanting and striving to try and achieve it. All that creates actually is more lack in our lives. It just opens up the gap to show us how much we don't have and how much more we want. And you put the goal out of reach because of this constant attention on it, wanting it. And really wanting something is another word for lack. So you're kind of keeping your thoughts on it you know, whether it be with your, you know, look at it every night and read it out, whether it be watching your mind movie every day, whether it be journaling about it every day, it's actually creating, it's attracting actually the opposite of what you want. You're actually you're manifesting the opposite of what you want, because if you already had a happy and full life, and you already had plenty of money, then going out and getting more money would be it's easier to focus on that without fear or scarcity. But really, when you have no money and you're trying to manifest more money, then it just focuses you more on how much you don't have, and then that puts you more into fear and scarcity. So actually, that vibration of fear and scarcity is not a vibrational match for abundance. So this is how we manifest things, by being a vibrational match for them. So and then if you do happen to manifest something, like, I don't know, people win the lottery, don't they? But often they lose it really quickly, and it's because they're not a vibrational match for it that they lose it. They lose it quickly. So so manifesting despite worry and complaining and poor beliefs and negativity, if you manifest from those places, from being in worry, then it's just going to leave you. You might get it, but it won't hang around for long as well. So it's the same, you know, the same happens for people that are rich, the wealthy. You know, they might have a blip and lose money, but they'll quickly rebound from it because they're a vibrational match for it. So the first step that we're generally taught is to ask and focus on it, and it will come. Doesn't really work in my experience, and I'm sure in a lot of your experiences as well. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be burnt out. So what we need, the area for us to focus on is to be in a state of receiving, and that means that you have to raise your vibration. Because to be really proficient in creating the life that you desire, you have to lay the preparation steps, so that you can actually start bringing in the things that you want consistently and with ease and in flow. Because if you're just asking, you can ask till you're blue in the face, and it won't work consistently. So think about someone that's going to run a marathon. If you woke up tomorrow morning and you decided that the London Marathon's on today, and you live in London, you decide, right, I'm going to go and run the London Marathon, and you went out to the start line. Don't worry about the fact that you have to register and all that stuff. You wouldn't go and start running the marathon. You wouldn't get very far, would you, unless you had trained. So marathon runners start training. They lay the preparation like months and months in advance. They start training day by day. They build up their stamina and the distances they can run, and they change their eating habits and you know, and all of those things. And then when the day of the marathon comes, they're more likely they're going to run it, and they're going to, in most cases, cross the finish line. So you can't just wake up one morning and decide that you want to run a marathon and not do any of the preparation for it at all. And it really is the same thing for manifesting. So you have to become the person that can attract those things first, and let the things then come to you. So you have to look at what sort of person you are, what kind of beliefs you have, what your predominant thoughts are, what your limiting patterns are, what your blocks are, all of those kinds of things. Because our outer world, what happens outside, what manifests in our outer world, is a reflection of what's happening on our inner world. So if on the inside you're fearful and in scarcity, and you don't really believe it, and you sabotage yourself, then you're going to manifest an outer world to match that. So what we need to do is to shift the inner world first. And the way that hang on, let me take a moment for a second there. Not that so when we do that, in laying that preparation, you'll experience profound and wonderful changes in your life just in laying the preparation. And then at the end of that, you might not even want to work on specific goals, but you might just let life play out as one big game, you know, full of surprises. And that's pretty much where I'm at now. So it's a joy to let the things come and see what comes up, see where I need to grow, see what the universe brings me now that I've raised my vibration, and I'm at a vibrational match for peace and joy and abundance, which is what I experience in my life a lot of. And by abundance, I don't just mean material things. I mean just abundance and appreciating life and everything that's around me. So and during this process also, you start to in clearing the blocks to get there, you start to build the muscle of discovering and feeling and noticing and realizing and coming to know and experiencing and having awarenesses, and being able to really take those as signposts in your life and not see them as things trying to stop you. And also in laying this preparation, you know, you'll learn how to choose love over fear, and you'll stop complaining and worrying and thinking the worst, and you'll discover peace, and you'll notice your growth, and actually it's that is a really magical place to go. So the preparation is kind of the journey, and it's everything. The stuff that you've stuck on your vision board is the kind of the end result, and we want to enjoy the journey on the way there, because otherwise we're not going to continue. We're just going to keep doing this burnout and starting and stopping and not really getting anywhere at all. So how did I clear out the blocks to such an extent that it made a dramatic shift in my life, a really dramatic transformation? Because I've done the stuff that you've probably done as well. I've done the kind of, you know, trying to meditate and trying to journal and saying affirmations in the mirror and positive thinking and going to events and getting all hyped up at the events and motivated, only to come crashing back down again a couple of weeks later. So I've done all the things, but the Akashic Records, which is the piece I want to talk to you about next, is the thing that shifted everything and moved me from anxiety and worry and guilt and struggle and scarcity and feeling lost and not fitting in and kind of feeling separate from, to peace and joy and purpose and abundance in the things around me, and financially as well. But there's always new levels to go to, and I'm always there to step up to the next level. So the Akashic Records, what are they? So the Akashic Records exist they're a cosmic library. Let's start there. The Akashic Records are a cosmic library, and they basically hold the history of your soul. So every time that your soul's been incarnated, the Akashic Records hold all of the things that have happened to that soul, all of the positive karma, if you like, that all of the good things that we've done, all of the things that we've done that are in alignment with our soul, our divine soul blueprint, and also all the negative karma. So all the lessons that we need to learn, all of the limiting beliefs, the blocks, the patterns, the programmings, the choices that we've made from fear and scarcity and from a place of needing to survive. So all of this history is in the Akashic records, in this cosmic library that exists in the 7th dimension, and we are in the 3rd dimension here in this physical plane. So it's an energetic library, and we have to energetically travel there through meditation to experience it. And it's in the quantum field, so it's incredibly powerful, far more powerful than our brains could even possibly wrap themselves around understanding. So not only so it holds the records of every soul, and it's not just souls. I mean, it holds the records of everything, of countries, of towns, of all life. But for the purposes of this conversation, we're just going to talk about the human soul. So also all of your ancestral soul, all of the souls of your ancestors are in there. Everybody in existence, we basically, I like to think of it as it's almost like an extension of our subconscious. So our subconscious energetically extends into there. So we bring into this lifetime all of the negative karma and the positive karma, but we're going to focus on the negative karma from our past lives, and also we inherit from all of our ancestors as well, on both our mother's ancestral line and our father's ancestral line. So, you know, there might be you can see this in your family. There'll be somebody that you know, there's this pattern that runs through, that everybody's worried about money all the time. Everybody lives in scarcity. I see it in my own family. So they're either stockpiling money to make sure that that they're not without, or they're spending really frugally, or spending really frugally to make sure that they don't run out. So I see that in my family. So there's a history of poverty in my father's ancestral line that I've inherited, and I feel that energetically. And there are things that I've done in my past lives as well that I've discovered in my Akashic records that I've cleared, that have stopped me in this lifetime. So there was a pattern of disempowerment from a past life and I feel myself, could recognize myself running it in this lifetime. So by clearing all of these things out, we're clearing those limiting patterns and programs, and basically rewiring our subconscious in a way that doesn't have us having to repeat affirmations and journal and do loads of stuff like that over and over and over again, trying to get past it. We're not squashing them down. We're clearing them out of the way, out of our energetic field, so that our vibration can rise. And that is exactly what happens. It does exactly what it says on the tin. So, you know, we're at a time in the world now where the planet's ascending, consciousness, human consciousness is rising. So we're moving from those lower states of fear and greed and anger, and we're moving up more towards peace and love, and choosing those things. And there's a definite shift happening from kind of like 3D to 5D. You'll hear a lot of people talking about this. And 3D is all about fear and competition, and 5D is all about love and cooperation. And it's an energetic choice. You make that choice for yourself, whether you want to stay living in fear or whether you want to move over to choosing love. And I can tell you, it's a much more joyful place over here than it is living in fear. So that's part of this process. And the consciousness is rising, the planet's consciousness is rising. It's just part of what was prophesied to come for the planet 10,000 years ago. So we've been going through this growth for all of this time, and we're now at this really exciting point where we get to be here and we get access to things like the Akashic records again, which was taken away from us 10,000 years ago. You know, 10,000 years ago when we were all divine beings. So we're going back towards that. So it's a really exciting time to do this work, and you don't need to struggle in the old ways anymore. There are new ways that have become available to us through the quantum field, the Akashic records being one of them, that we can that we can utilize and help us to progress our journey much quicker and more easeful. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's more easeful, definitely. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. And it's hopefully I've got across to you how much of a difference this can make. So you've got two choices now. You can either stay in manifestation burnout, you can stay in your asking state, and you can stay going through the cycle that you've already been through over and over again. Or you can choose something different, and you can choose to work from the inside and work on your inner world, and then your outer world will follow. Your outer world will be attracted vibrationally to the match of your inner world. That's what clearing your Akashic records will do. Create this inner world where you're a vibrational match for more abundant, joyful, peaceful things and love coming into your life. So if you like the sound of the second choice, you'll see that I've given you a link to book a call with me, and we can talk about the Karma Reset method, which is my program. So the call is free, it's 30 minutes, and we can talk about where you're at in your life and how this program might help you, and to see whether or not we're a match to work together. So thank you so much for your time today, and I really hope you found this valuable. I would have loved to have seen this information 6 years ago, but we get to it when we get to it, don't we? It's all part of the journey. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I will hopefully will be talking to you very soon. Sending you lots of love.